So I was talking about the Castle McClellan thing, right? Uh, and it was getting me, as one of the examples of how all the stuff I've done has like been has been like me being in the army, right? So, um, it's quite funny. Like this morning, and I've said this that millions of times about that, like blowing my own trumpet about the goalkeeping hero story, right? So, I guess the fact, see, it's better out than in. All this art therapy in it is great. It's really quite good, isn't it? Talking is good, Ken, as Christina Aguilera said. Keep speaking your truth, Dave. Okay, I will, I think I will. It's great, because see, when you get it out, you realise, yeah, you come to some realisations, you go, that's really quite true, that. I think this morning, talking about my goalkeeping hero story, has got me thinking about the whole, people remembered me for, I mean, I don't think you should go through life going, oh yeah, what's my legacy going to be? I mean, that's what like evil tyrants and politicians do. I'm not one of those people, but it's just interesting exploring this just for the purposes of the discussion, isn't it? Just to kind of go, yeah, that's quite mad, isn't it? The number of times I've done some fucking high level shit that's got people irked. There's a theme. Dan fucking amazing, sublime, great stuff. Or maybe excellence. If I can just quote myself, striving for greatness. And you might just end up with excellence, that kind of thing. So that's the goalkeeping thing. I guess that's just like Prince Cream, get on top. Everything I do is success. Yeah. Ken, everything I touch turns to gold. Ken, everything that I apply myself to, I do to quite a good level. That's really quite worth celebrating this Christmas, isn't it? That's what I'm going to celebrate this Christmas. Me, yeah. Celebrate yourself. Celebrate the fact that I'm now at the point in my life I go, if I actually apply myself to something, I can do it really well. Because if I can just quote Michelangelo Betio when he said, once you have a track record of finishing things, that's when things start happening with it. And he also quoting the kind of, if you want to fly with the eagles, don't hang around with turkeys, And that, and the Henry Ford quote and the motivational stuff, it's really quite powerful when you connect with that, isn't it? But yeah, so I was thinking about like the Castle McClellan. I'm just coming back to this to talk about the Castle McClellan thing because I got sidetracked. But that was just the point I was making, that the Castle McClellan thing was like everything I do, I always go, right, let's do it to the extreme. Let's do it well, Apart from when I obviously go on live and make videos, because I'm just like, it's just like splat, it's just like bleh. Obviously there's no really much craft involved in these things, but in terms of, things that are actually important, like making money your job, things that, I think it's important sometimes to make the effort, isn't it? But it's only when you make the effort you realise that you've only scratched the surface of the effort that you could make, isn't it? But I was making the point about when I worked at the factory, right? It was like I cycled to Kirkcudbright, so I think it's 27 miles, right? So it was back shift. So what I did was, didn't do this every day, but I did this to quite a point. So I cycled to Kirkcudbright at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, got to Kirkcudbright, did a full back shift, and then finished at like 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, and then cycled back on the A75 at like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning. That was fucking ridiculous. And you're going, and then, you sleep in and then get up and cycle there again. Imagine that. So like 60 miles a day plus doing a full shift and I was taking that, it was like, and at the time I was like, yeah, let's do this as an experiment. Let's make it more difficult than it needs to be. I had the car at the time. Let's make it more difficult than it needs to be just to get that extra buzz. You know, let's make it more difficult so there's a higher level of satisfaction, you know, when I finish the thing I go, fucking hell, not only did that but then I commuted by bike, and it was like in the winter time as well. It's quite interesting, as I say, about the legacy thing, right? People at the factory were going, the talk was going round town about like, oh, this guy from Dumfries is commuting to work by bike. Not every day, but I was a time, I didn't do the whole thing. I did it by car as well, but I did a lot of it by bike. And I'm going, that's pretty fucking good, that, innit? So I was like army, and one day I was at work, nearly falling asleep at the machine. Ridiculous, taking it to the level. As I said before, I think it's good to have had that muscle memory, isn't it? Of knowing that you can take things to the extreme and still be able to pull it out the bag. And it's not an age thing. It really isn't. It really isn't. You know, so that's just what I was saying. And so I've had a bit of a lull with the training. So I think now I need to get back to, so I'm in the car now. This has been a wee habit, sitting in the car. Again, the gypsy heart. I didn't even want to go into the flat because it's shite. I think my flat's haunted, you know, so I'm better. I feel more comfortable sitting in the car. But if I need to get back to training properly, you know, because it's now we're coming into the cold weather, so it's like now's the time to start commuting by bike every day. Let's make you know. So if I can just, you know, you look back and you go, I did that at the factory, ridiculous. Right, so you go, well, this is piss easy in comparison. Cycling 15 mile a day and working outdoors. Actually, that's a fucking realisation, isn't it? The factory, I was working indoors. Okay, I cycled, commuting 60 miles per day. But if you compare it to now, you go, I'm older. I'm like 46 years old, and I'm working outdoors in the freezing cold and still able to cycle fit in it, and then still coming and do the turbo trainer as well. So age, I'm actually better because all of the accumulation, all of the years of hard training is all added up. So I was talking to somebody else. Who was it that I spoke to a wee while ago, and they were talking about, oh, can you still do that? Wow, you actually do that at your age? It's like, you really have got a fucking clue what you're talking about, do you? I'm fitter than I was when I was like late 20s. That's quite a it's a bit like Sting, wasn't it? And in that documentary, he's like, oh, I can do things with my body that I couldn't do when I was. So it's all very well to say. Obviously, it's no Tour de France level, but still, you know, to be able to, you know, folk look at you and they go, oh, that's nice. Oh, that's cute, isn't it? That's cute. As a middle-aged man, you can still do that. Without actually realising I could kick your fucking asses on a shite bike and he's you know, still beaties, you know. So I think that's the thing, in that, you know, just make it. You got to like, you know, the tough get going, go and get tough, so it gets colder. So let's make it more difficult. Let's, you know, let's make it more difficult. Let's you know, I mean, that's no shy away for that, you know, because why have I worked, as I said, like being in the army, every fucking thing I've done in my life, I can't, you know, everything I've done in my life has been like high level, just to fucking survive, high level, pushing the boundaries, burning the candle, you know, HPA access ready to crack, can't sleep because you're wired, adrenaline, finishing work at 2 o'clock, last man to leave, all that sort of stuff, craziness. And you go, this actually made me this fucking force that I am. So it's like, I should appreciate that. I shouldn't take it for granted, you know, because there's folk like half my age that will never do any of that shit in their entire life, and because they didn't I just can't what I'm saying. I've got the fucking blueprint. I've got the blueprint. So that the tendency is when you get the blueprint, you've got all the answers, you go, oh, just because I could do that, I've said that, but just because I could do that doesn't mean I will. Oh, who cares? I know, I jokes on them, I could do that, you know. Well, do I really want to be one of those people that folk on the sidelines go, oh, you're all talk eyes, right then. It's actually funny because it's easy. We're at the point where it's fucking easy because all of the, as I say, all of the learning, all of the not. Did you put that to? Did you just chuck that in the bin? You got all that fucking, all the stuff that you've done in your life, and you build you to this point. And you go, yes, I am Arnold Schwarzenegger. If I decide to be, I am. You know, it's like it's all about the focus, isn't it? It's all about, it comes for the head, it comes for the brain and the spirit and the relaxation and you know, everything. So, and the tacit knowledge and the this and that and so you get what I mean, like harnessing the beast, not taming the beast, harnessing the beast, and doing it with ease, doing it with style, not doing it going, oh, that was fucking difficult, going, no, this is fucking, just like, I'll finish this live thing, get in the house, do a half hour on the bike, easy, every fucking day, just like brushing your teeth. It's fucking easy, come on, I mean, like